I cut mine terrible. That was a terrible
yeah, well,
one.
it's a bit of a soft dough.
Okay, I got it. I got it. Okay, so you do 6 and I'll do 6.
Okay,
I got it. Yeah. And you may have to put this in a little bit of flour too, right? If it's sticky.
Yeah, definitely.
But those tap right out.
I'm doing
so
okay.
And then we can re-roll these scraps. Beautiful. Okay.
Okay, you beat me to 6.
All right. All right, so I'm going to take those scraps aside. Now, we have these. Now the fun part starts.
This is the fun part.
Now the fun part is...
Do you want to dunk your...
All right, you dunk your stamp, tapping it, right?
Yeah.
Do you have to dunk both pieces?
Yes, I think so.
I mean, this is time-consuming, but this is tradition.
This is not an everyday pasta
Right.
either. Come on, this is not going to be a peasant dish.
So it goes on the
Doing
top
an
of the
elaborate
stamp?
thing here. Yes. So you lay it down. Okay.
And
you
press.
put this here, and you give it a little push, maybe even a slight twist, and
Wow.
you have this beautifully imprinted pasta.
Isn't that gorgeous? Let's do that again.
Okay.
So, in the flour.
Yep.
Now, what made you be so passionate of wanting to go to discover these particular types of pasta?
Right. Well, it all began because I wrote this first book that was called 1,000 Years Over a Hot Stove, and it was a history of American women told through food, recipes, and remembrances. And it was a big social history. And when it was done, I started to wonder, well, what's my culinary heritage? And I decided I'm a very mixed American with a lot of different roots.
But your family comes from LaGuardia.
One piece of them, I wanted to find an authentic family recipe. And I almost didn't care which side, if it came from the Croatian side or the Italian. But I did know that my great-grandmother made ravioli. There was a ravioli tool hanging on the wall of our kitchen. And then I just completely fell in love with LaGuardia and pasta.
That is a beautiful story, and it's why I enjoyed reading your book.
Yeah, thank you.
Because I could really identify with what you were trying to do.
A lot of Italian Americans.
I'm a Southern
way.
Italian, and I never heard of Corzetti before I went to LaGuardia and before you wrote your book. So once we have them like that, we want to dry them off. So why don't you put them?
Yep.
We put them on a towel. Don't use a fuzzy towel. You want
No,
to use
absolutely
a
not.
cotton towel. So ideally, you say about 30 minutes before.
Yeah, sometimes a little bit, you know, if you really want to dry them, we should say this, if you want to dry them completely so you have absolutely no moisture in them, you let them stay out quite a while.
Right, because once they're thoroughly dried and brittle, there's no moisture left, so they cannot spoil.
That's
you could
right,
actually
you could save them.
You could save them.
Or another thing I do is I might stick a tray like this in the freezer, and then when they're hard, scrape them off with a dough scraper and put them in a plastic bag and
They're
keep
so
them in the
pretty.
freezer.
Okay, well, we're going to set those aside.
This is a very simple sauce. I already have my minced garlic and Ligurian olive oil in there. And what I'm going to do, it's extremely simple and quick, is I just get a moderate heat going, and I'm going to add some pine nuts. Now, some people might like to pulverize these, as you just did, or have them whole. I think they're really pretty whole, so this is about 1/3 of a cup and maybe a 1/2 cup of oil in there.
That looks good. Do you want me to, I know this is a fast sauce. Should I put the pasta in?
It takes 2 minutes, so
Okay,
yeah,
let
you
me
can get started on that. And here we have some minced marjoram, and
Again, the margarine.
the perfume is there.
Okay.
Okay, and of course, many of these sauces don't cook, but this does, because we're going to take some of the edge off of that marjoram.
I like the fact that this is not a long cooking sauce. Well, here are the Corzetti. Don't they look beautiful?
They came out beautiful.
And they're
Our
nice and
coins.
dry now. Our
They're
little
like potato
coins.
chips.
So now we're just going to put them in. I salted the water.
Right.
And this is going to take maybe 2 minutes.
That's it.
2 minutes to cook. Oh.
And you can see the image is still...
How pretty that is. Wow.
It's very simple.
Very good.
And then the last thing at the end is some
The
Parmigiano.
cheese.